it pretty short here. I know some of the guys in my group are looking forward to their second dinner, so we want to hold them back. First off, just want to thank Coach Nelson for all that he does and putting this on. This is just absolutely a phenomenal event. Secondly, I just want to thank the managers too. I know they've been thanked a lot, but they hauled around a lot of heavy equipment. They were constantly locating and relocating stuff for us on the offensive line that got moved with the freshman managers in the shed. So we really appreciate all your hard work. Also want to introduce and also thank Coach Maddox here, John Maddox.
These guys here are going to make Minnesota great again.
Why don't we start off by having the lone sophomore and the juniors line up here for the offensive line in order. I'll talk a little bit about the group while they're getting lined up here. You heard the word team a lot tonight, and I'm also going to emphasize the word family along with that, because that's the word that came up a lot in their postseason interviews. As I talked to a lot of these sophomores and juniors, a lot of them weren't sure what they were about to embark on with varsity football and the opportunities that they had. And they kept emphasizing family over and over and over. And they said the senior class, and it made us feel so welcome, and everybody really meshed together as a family. And by the end of the year, they were all playing ping pong together and having a good time at each other's houses. So that's always good to see. This group is also a very academically savvy group. I counted, I think, about 9 of you coming up here to get your academic awards, and I have countless numbers of them in AP classes, and they're just a really fun group of kids off the field as well. First off, here we have our lone sophomore here, Michael Galgano. Michael Galgano, oh yeah, come on up here, buddy. Number 71. Michael Galgano lettered for me as a freshman in track and field the year before, and he's no doubt going to be a big contributor to us for us next year. He got a great taste of what varsity football is all about, so Michael Galgano. All right, next we got Nick Reeder. When I think of Nick Reeder, I just think of like a hardworking kid. He started off on the defensive line. I think in the summer he played a little offensive line as well, and then came back to the offensive side of the ball. He never questioned any of the moves. He just kept working harder and harder. He knew he was going to play somewhere, just through hard work. He even played a little tight end for us in JV games when we needed him to. He did a phenomenal job when opportunity came up and started the first playoff game for us against Forest Lake, and really proud of him, and he'll be a big contributor to our track team this spring, and he is a letter winner for us. Nick Reeder. All right, the next guy, number 59, Victor Ramos. When I think of Victor, I just think of, he just loves football. And every time I see him in the hallway, I just know I'm going to get an earful about the Kansas City Chiefs' latest football game. And believe me, after today, we can talk tomorrow. That was an incredible finish there. He's an unbelievable lover of the game of football. I mean, that just kind of sums him up. He was a champion of the week for us, homecoming week versus Shakopee, and earning his first varsity letter, Victor Ramos. The next guy may not have even known where to line up numerically because he was number 90 to start the season, because he started the season as a fullback / tight end, and he ended up playing varsity backup center for us and JV center. And I've talked to him a lot about this, but he has no idea how the 2 snaps that he got in during the varsity game during the heat of the battle, how critical they were and how difficult that is to do as a backup. So not only watch the game intensely enough to know that our center's got an equipment issue. I got to get in there. And it's really hard to come right off the sideline and take snaps. It's really difficult to just come right into a game and take snaps cold like that, and there were 2 critical moments in the game that Derek Storing did that. And he's also the champion of the week in the regular season finale against Edina, getting his first varsity letter, Derek Storing. Next, Dan Johnson. When I think of Dan Johnson, I think of a guy who loves to set goals, and achieve them. He loves to challenge himself, and I found that out last year during the track and field season when he just said, hey, coach, you know I'm not going for big varsity distances, but I just want to get better. And he set some really good goals for himself, and I'm really proud of him for achieving those, and he did the same this year with football. I watched him just become a solid pass protector on the JV team by the end of the season, and earning his first varsity letter, Dan Johnson. All right, our next guy here, Nate Havey. You've got to love Nate. Nate's always got a smile on his face. He's always lightening the mood of whatever's going on, and he's always brutally honest with it too. Sometimes he'll just say, hey coach, drill's getting a little long. Guys just loved him. He was always lightening the mood of everything. Just puts a smile on your face. He's a kid when you go to practice and you're having a long day and you're tired. You look at Nate and you go, this is why we're out here coaching. I mean, he's just an unbelievable presence. Just a genuinely happy guy. And he's a previous letter winner in wrestling, so getting a certificate, Nate Havey. All right, next up here, I've got Mark Schmitz, right? Number 70, right? Yep. All right, there we go. When I think of Mark, I just think of strong leadership and consistency. I know when we break down film on Saturdays, when we saw Mark doing something wrong, I mean, like the film would stop because we were like, whoa, Mark did something wrong here, what's going on? Because he's always usually so consistent. It's a rarity that he would ever do something different from that. Mark's just got a lot of really good character, and he was a previous letter winner in track and field, and getting a certificate tonight, Mark Schmitz. Cole Mead, number 73. Cole's another one of those guys that you just love to coach. He tries to get better with every snap. And watching him on film, he's one of those kids that sometimes you coach a certain technique, and sometimes he throws technique out the window and just tries to get the job done a different way. I thought of him kind of as a mechanic in that sense. There were sometimes he made blocks that you just go, well, that's not the technique, but boy, you just obliterated that guy, so okay, pretty good. So Cole's got a big heart, and he's got one of the highest ceilings and some of the most potential in that junior offensive line group. A great guy to work with, getting his first varsity letter, Cole Mead. You got it! Come on up. Starting off here with Jack Ruth. Watching Jack grow from his sophomore year to his senior year and becoming a solid JV football player for us has just been a phenomenal experience for me. I watched him just battle in the run game constantly there in every one of those JV games, and he just got better and better and better as the season went on. And Jack, I'm just really proud of how far you've come. Jack Ruth. Next guy, Matt Johnson. He was our starting center, and I guess what stands out to me about Matt is he played a position where he was usually lined up across the guy who, on average, probably outweighed him by about 40 pounds every week. And he said, "Hey, you know, physically, coach, I know I'm not there. I know I'm not where you need me right now, but I'm going to give you great snaps. I'm going to try to give you perfect reps. I'm going to set the fronts right, and I'm going to do everything I can to help this team out." And Matt, you're a heck of a ball player, Matt Johnson. Next guy, number 60, Sam Butcher. Sam, you know, we talked already. You know, Sam had some injuries through the season, but Sam said, "Hey, you know what, coach? I'm gonna keep up with it." He goes, "This team, you know, is really special to me," and I got a lot of respect for Sam for what he told me after the final game against Blaine, and I'll just keep that between us, Sam, because you know what you said, and it was just phenomenal. I got a lot of respect for it. So, Sam Butcher. All right, getting to the end here. Jake Siefker. Jake Siefker was a JV captain for us. If there was a guy in this group that just was the epitome of the ultimate teammate, it was Jake Siefker. He always gave me a true pulse of the group. He gave me a great understanding of what every guy in our position group was feeling that day. That's unbelievable as a coach. I go to Jake and I could say, "Hey, you know, why is Hop grouchy today?" Well, Coach, here's the situation. Just don't say much. Okay, I get it. Or, you know, hey, why are we a little sluggish today? Well, it was those 20 minutes of ladders before practice, Coach. So, I mean, he was just a great kid for giving us a pulse of everybody in the group. The other thing that was great about Jake, he was never a champion of the week, and the reason was he was always down with us, with the varsity starters, and he was filling in for guys when they'd be sick, when they were injured, when we knew they may or may not play, and he played every single snap in practice like he was going to start on Friday night, and he never did. But I just got so much respect for that. It's unbelievable, Jake. I mean, you can't coach that. And I just wish everybody would have that kind of effort. I mean, you played guard, you played tackle. I mean, and you full well knew you weren't going to start. But you just had great effort, and you're an unbelievable football player and an unbelievable person. Jake Siefker. All right, next, number 75, Aaron Moore. When I think of Aaron Moore, I think of the professional. I just think of the guy who every day is trying to refine his technique and get better. And every rep in practice afterward asking me, Coach, was that good? Coach, I didn't think I made my block good enough there. What can I do better this time? It was just an unbelievable time to coach him. He was all-Metro second team. He got to play in the showcase game as well yesterday. I got to watch him on TV playing that. And he's a previous letter winner in wrestling and in football. Aaron Moore. All right, and lastly, Austin Hopp. Austin Hopp, his sophomore year, we were trying to put together an offensive line. Some of you remember that experience, Jake, Brevin. And I said to Austin, I go, well, to be completely honest right now, Austin, we got you about 2 or 3 right now at the tight end spot. I go, have you ever played offensive line? He said, a little bit, but you know, I'll just play wherever, Coach. I think I'm big. I think I'm good enough to play the game. And so he said, well, we'd like you to try center. He was like, okay, boy, that's a pretty big task. I guess I can try it, Coach. I've never snapped the ball before. And he took that job on. And then his junior year, he ended up playing guard. And his senior year, he ended up playing tackle for us this year. He's taught a lot to the underclassmen. I don't know if he necessarily knows that, but I heard more from that junior group about the words of wisdom and things that they got from Austin Hopp. And he also showed it through his actions on the field. He was a big-time gamer when it came to the offensive line. You know, he doesn't catch a lot of passes to show you're a gamer, but you get to knock a lot of guys in their butts in a game. And Austin Hopp came with violence out on the field. He loved to punish people. He loved to exploit the mismatches when he knew he could just take a kid. And it was just phenomenal to watch him do that and work that his senior year here. He's a previous letter winner in track and field, as well as in football. Getting a certificate, Austin Hopp. All right, I'll now turn everything